And we're back. Another episode of Crash Course Hockey Podcast, along with Amy Cataldi, owner, the head cheese of a lot of things, but mainly Progressive Pools. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
We were going to have you on last year, but we just couldn't schedule it in because your busy schedule, flying all over the country doing things, and we'll start off with a little bit of fun. You went to Phoenix this weekend.
I did.
What'd you do?
I went to Morgan Wallen both nights.
Both nights.
Friday and Saturday.
I'm not. I'm going to ask you, but so how was it?
It's phenomenal. He's incredible. Like worth every penny.
Worth
all
every
the time. I'll go every year.
But I heard there was a little bit of drama.
There was.
What kind of drama was there?
Apparently someone grabbed him when he was walking by, pulled him, and then apparently there was a lot of fights in the pit, but I was right next to the pit. I never saw, but I was kind of paying attention to Morgan Wallen, not
rather than
the pit, the people being dumb.
But I'm not going to say he's a little bitch, but he's kind of a little bitch. You know why I say that? He's been in trouble many times, right? I don't know if he drinks anymore, but that seems to be the stem of his problems.
I think he's definitely arrogant.
Oh, for
sure.
sure.
And he has every right to be.
No, I get that. But when you have millions of people paying the dollars that they do to see him, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, he also just wants you to have a good time at the concerts.
Sure.
He's all about the entertainment, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's all about his fans. And, I mean, kudos to him. He can't get canceled, essentially. I mean, look at him.
He's had many
you want to cancel me?
opportunities.
Nope. You want to cancel me now? Nope. Moving on, right? Not everybody else where they just, hide for a little bit and, see what happens. No, he was like, okay, bye, and moved on.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a fan or not a fan because I don't follow country music, but I've seen him in the news at least 3 times. Mm-hmm. He threw a chair off a building or some shit like that. Made some comments that he probably shouldn't have. Well, he shouldn't have.
Right.
And then now that's 3. But this one really wasn't his.
No.
But
he just kind of got mad. I mean, he kind of was just like, hey, I'm not going to put up with this crap.
I would probably be the same way, right? Did you see the video?
Yeah, where he got grabbed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of gives you a little stink eye look, like he's
right,
kind of mad at the world. And then he made a bunch of comments.
Well, on Saturday they changed it, so I was all excited because I thought he was going to walk by where we were on the floor, and I was waiting, and he didn't, and I was like, what the heck? And then it wasn't until Sunday morning when all the TikToks and everything started coming out. We were like, what happened? I was here. What was going on? And then we finally saw the TikTok. I'm like, oh. And then it made sense. They kind of totally took him around. But I guess it's kind of a way to say hey, I'm not going to tolerate it.
I was in Phoenix this weekend as well for hockey camp with the crew here. I asked, there was a gal at the rink that had a shirt that she had obviously purchased at the concert on Friday. Mm-hmm. I'm like, how was it? She's like, oh, it was incredible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how much were the tickets? And she told me, and I just about shit my pants. And for you to go 2 nights in a row, you went with your husband.
Yeah, I went with my husband both nights, but one night we were actually with cousins.
Yeah.
We went a bunch of couples as cousins on the floor, and then the next night we were with friends, couples.
So, I couldn't even imagine what it cost. Well, I can, but I'm not going to, blast you on the podcast. But that's crazy, man. And you're everywhere.
I am. I love it. Concerts are my jam. It's my thing.
That's your thing, and it's country's your thing.
Country's my thing. I like rock. I like the old school rock kind of stuff. AC/DC comes. I've seen them. I'll
Ozzy,
go. Aerosmith.
Rat.
I'll go. Ozzy. Yeah. I mean, I would have gone to that Ozzy thing, that whole production thing, just to say I saw Ozzy. But
you were trying to tell me 20 years ago or whatever. Yeah, let's go 25 years ago. If Ozzy came to town, you wouldn't go?
I probably would have because my dad liked him. So I would have been like,
I would have paid money for him versus Morgan Wallen now. Because I guarantee you at an Ozzy contest, you would have no flipping clue what was going to happen.
No.
Was he going to bite off another bat head? Was he going to
do
some crazy shit with an animal? I don't know.
Well, and I can know that if I'm going to Ozzy and I'm going to sit on the floor or something like that, that crowd on the floor is going to be pretty tame. Yeah. I would think they're all up there, so I could be I could go and not get put into some mosh pit or something.
Would you have seen would you see Motley Crue 20 years ago, 25 years ago?
25 years ago, I would have.
Or Morgan Wallen now?
Morgan Wallen now.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's it's entertaining.
Yeah, he puts on a good show?
Yeah, he really does. And his openers are always So good. This was the first night. Friday night, Miranda Lambert, meh. I kind of makes me mad I missed work to like make sure I saw her.
Yeah.
Like I could have probably easily done with just Saturday night
Sure.
with Brooks and Dunn.
How was
they
that?
were phenomenal. So good.
Let me ask you this: Garth Brooks or Morgan Wallen?
Oh, Garth.
I see that
Saw
Garth Brooks
Garth
was
here.
my first concert ever back in Calgary
Yeah,
many
no.
years ago, and then actually, so that was my first one, and then the second one I went to was Alanis Morissette, which was the very next night, and I got kicked out.
Oh, during Alanis Morris.
Yeah, it's my younger
That's
years.
not a flex.
No, but there was a whole thing behind
There's a
that.
whole thing.
You know,
I will tell you, hands down, I was third row on the floor at Aerosmith here at
Oh,
Don
yeah?
Haskins.
How was that show?
20 years ago. Oh God, no, that was like 26 years ago. So good. It's probably like my top 3
Really?
for sure. And then
Who was your top?
Okay, don't make fun of me. The Goo Goo Dolls did an acoustic
yeah.
set here at the Plaza a couple years ago.
The Goo Goo
I
Dolls
mean,
are probably
absolutely
one of my favorites.
hands down the best. Like
Right.
it was just like a vibe. Like you just sat there and they just played. It was low key. Like
I remember when they were
everybody was back. Like it was so.
One of our
easy.
coaches went.
Okay, but was this like 2 or 3 years ago?
This was 3 years ago.
Okay, no. So I didn't go to that one. I went to one 8. Oh God.
Which was
I'm much older.
which is the one you're talking
18 years ago is when I think like probably
I
like
love
16,
the
18
Goo Goo
years ago.
Dolls.
That's when I went. I didn't go to this last one because I had just had surgery like 3 days before it. I was ready to go. And my husband was like, "You are on major drugs.
about. Yeah,
You're not going."
You're
and I was
already
like,
crazy.
"I
enough.
am going. I will Uber." And he's like, "You're not going." I was like, I was so sad and I still haven't let him live it down.
Attaboy.
I'm like, "Remember that time
Attaboy,
I could
bud.
have seen Goo Goo
Way
Dolls
to
for
put
the
your foot
second
down.
time?" And he's like, "You were on narcotics." And I was like, "So."
But Goo Goo Dolls are one of my all-time favorites. You guys like the Goo Goo Dolls? You might. Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. I like them a
they're-
lot.
Yeah. I
Big
would
time.
say like that Aerosmith on the floor, the Goo Goo Dolls acoustic, and
Have you ever seen Amor Libre?
I would say Garth Brooks was at Las Cruces a couple years ago. He played for like 3
Yeah,
hours.
he's awesome. That was a great show.
It was great.
Have you heard of Otmar Liebert?
I have not.
So it's a total acoustics. All they do plays instruments.
Oh, okay.
And I would have to say 20 some years ago, when I was dating my wife at the time, she's like, "Hey, let's go to this concert." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, who are these dudes? They don't even sing." And it was Don Haskins, so I'm like, okay, it was awesome, incredible. I even bought the freaking CD. And it's just, it's just instrumental, and it's just chill, like you're just relaxing. And they came to town again, and we went again.
Nice.
So I'm
Yes,
I'm well rounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well rounded.
Very good. Like I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah, no,
Like
you never know.
And it's all different feelings and vibes, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's all good.
So moving on. So now we'll talk a little. Let's go into EPHA, the El Paso Hockey Association.
Yes.
So we as an organization in the last probably since COVID,
Mhm.
we've I'm not going to say struggled, but let's say struggled with registrations, just people getting out of the whole COVID thing and getting back to where we were pre-COVID. In the last, I would say probably, let's go with a year, has made leaps and bounds in my opinion, as far as registrations, the teams that we have out there, the coaching staff, just the structure of it, the organizational part of it, and a lot of that contributes to yourself and Jorge Ortega. You are, what are you? You are youth youth hockey, youth hockey. What are you? You're assistant director of youth hockey.
Yeah.
Which we work together, and you're kind of more hands-on on a daily basis with it, and it's been great. So I'm going to tell you in front of everybody
Yay.
that watches, you've done an incredible job, and it's been great to have you.
Thank you.
On
I'm enjoying
board
it
with
so
this.
far.
Yeah. So like, what? Tell me what you do. I know what you do, but let's tell the people what you do.
I communicate with the parents. I think that's like probably like the hardest, like most like top thing, I guess maybe
Mhm.
is like taking that for you guys, like being the face down there when, I understand you don't want to stay here till 9 o'clock at night. You're here early, like, but the parents I think needed a face to see out there and to be able to talk to face to face, not just through an email or just through a text or trying to get a hold of on a phone or anything like that. So I talk to the parents. I mean, I'm starting to get to know more the older kids. The younger kids, they're little. They just want to run around the bench and they don't care who I am and,
Right.
they don't, anything like that. But Now the teenagers are kind of talking to me and warming up to me. I used to be kind of scary to them, I guess. I think I still am. I'm still trying to be scary.
You're scary
to
to a
them,
lot of people, Amy.
but I mean, as long as they're like, she's scary, but she's cool, like, that's fine.
But
you know what I mean?
and
Like, to be firm and to like set boundaries and things like that. I think it's important in business, and I think this is a business. Like, so I think
we've had different youth hockey directors in the past, and good and bad, and it's very hard, and especially in a small market like us where we don't have. Let's parents that have played professional hockey or played at the junior level or played at the junior level, professional level that have kids in the program.
Right.
You go to a lot of these other programs. I was just in Phoenix, and that's all it is you hear that these guys that are coaching the AAA Coyotes or the Bobcats, they've played at an extremely high level, and they're involved with the program. And unfortunately, we don't have that, and we're fortunate enough to have such a great community involved with the parents that we do have coaching, and yourself, helping as well. And I think it's great.
I think something that I kind of can bring to the table that bringing in someone from out of town who doesn't know. One, I'm a mom, so I understand parents, right? Yeah. Like, I understand we need a structure. I understand I have one kid in this and I have another kid in that, and you can't put these 20 different programs on 20 different days and times. Like, parents will deter from, like, okay, only this kid can play because I can only get there that day. Whereas, like, bringing that to you guys and being like, hey, if you did this, like, I guarantee you, like, you're going to see an improvement or an increase in enrollment.
Sure.
Because parents can bring multiple kids on the same day. They might be here for 2 or 3 hours, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? But that will help. Like, I think it helps being a mom on the side, like being able to be like, hey, being able to talk to the little kid or the teenager. I have a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, so I kind of understand the ages of stuff. And then my business point of view too, like bringing that to the table, be like, hey, I know that this is business, and I know that this is how you need to work or pay or anything like that. I know that's how that works. I understand that side of it too. So I may not understand hockey. I may not have played, professional hockey, and I'm still learning rules, as I go. But I know enough, watching my kids or seeing it and things like that to be able to communicate with the parents.
And it's, like, since you come on board, and it's worked great in my opinion, the way we're doing it. And, like, I'm still involved heavily, obviously, but
which is great though too. Like, I see your
which you were surprised.
I was.
Shame on you. She thought that I wasn't a good. I don't know.
That's not what I said.
Well, what did you say then?
I don't remember, but that's
hell yeah. Look at her pleading the fifth in a way. Basically said, she said, cause, my head is so far up my ass, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, maybe she didn't say that.
Coming in as the mom, I was always told I have to ask Corey, like the youth directors. That was always the freaking go-to. I gotta ask Corey. I gotta ask Corey. I gotta ask Corey. I gotta ask Corey. I was like, there is no way that guy is so like, and I never really knew if it was you, Corey, or Corey Herman. So it was just kind of like hard, like, what is going on? So I was like, okay, that's like I need to figure out like who is in here doing what, and like why is it taking maybe so long,
right?
You know what I mean, to get an answer. And I kind of get it right now. Like, I need to be like, hey, I'm bringing this to you, and I get it. You need to take it to Herman, and then we come back and like, but I can kind of be like, hey, don't forget about me. I send you a million emails every day. Like, be like, hey, don't forget. And I think that works too. So like, it wasn't that, but I did kind of feel like at one point though, and it got busy, and I think it was the lack of solid youth directors, like staying long term, where we kind of got pushed to the side. It was like, oh yeah, that'll get done later. And I think like, I hope I brought to your attention too, like, hey, by registering for this tournament like 4 weeks ago, they put us in the worst hotel on the planet. Yeah. And I don't want that to happen to parents anymore,
So it's not like that then?
No.
Perfect.
It's not.
I
mean, there's been some things where I'm like, good, just let me do it. Give it to me. Let me do it. And then, but I get why I can't. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I still get it.
No, like, obviously there's things that we can share and there's things that we can't. And on every platform.
For sure.
Right? And I think the dynamic that we have, I think, works really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do too.
And I mean, it's good. You guys are like the bosses, right? You're the president and the owners and whatever. Like, you are heavily involved in it, and that's great because there's a lot of organizations that aren't, and then they lose control of what they have. You know what I mean?
I just finished updating through December the calendar for public skating and figure skating. So when we get off this podcast, I need to pick your brain for like just 3 minutes before you leave, because I know you're super busy. But I just to clarify something, because I want to get the calendar updated as much as I can, just through the year.
It's helpful to parents need that schedule. You know what I mean? So it's not just me and my OCD and my ADD and my like neurosis like on things.
And I get it.
Scheduling.
I understand that.
It's like parents need it too. You know what I mean? And the sooner you get it to them, the more receptive parents are.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, cool. Oh great.
And then there's a lot of moving parts, but we're getting there. So moving on. So thank you for your effort and your services and everything that you do, and your family, because your husband helps out a lot too, and so do your kids.
He's voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. Yeah, he is. And he's awesome, dude. But thank you for your continued support. And Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge's amazing.
Jorge will be listening to this.
Yeah, Jorge's
He's got
amazing.
nothing better to do at work. So those, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but yeah, Jorge, we know you're watching at work.
For sure. He's great.
So let's move on to your bread and butter.
Yes.
Progressive Pools.
Progressive Pools.
What do you do there?
Everything.
I know what you do. You're the owner.
Everything. I'm one of the owners.
One of the owners.
So now Progressive Pools is it's myself, it's my brother Trey, and then we have our new business partner James Smith, and they're both amazing.
Really?
Yeah. We brought on a partner. So my dad started Progressive Pools as a side gig to another company that we have, and he started it to pay for my wedding. And so he did a bunch of side jobs, and because my mom had this like Princess Di wedding in mind for me, you know what I mean? I wanted to get married on the beach in sandals and stuff, and it was
that didn't happen.
No, right? And so my dad started it, and it evolved. Like he used the side gigs to pay for my wedding, then he used the side gigs to take my mom on vacations and stuff. And so it was just kind of like a funnel company. And when he passed away, I mean, we were just kind of like, whatever. We kind of put it to the side. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, hey, like, you know, business logistics, you know, you get into certain things where like people are like, oh, I can't use you for that because I have a contract with you on that.
Sure.
It's like, well, can you use this one? And they're like, sure. And so then we started to kind of build it back up. And then last year we had James come to us and approach us and say, hey, I want to make this bigger and better with you guys, and I want to work with you. And so we said, yeah. And so he came on, and I mean, it's just like exploded. Like in the last 2-3 years, like, and definitely this year, like it's really.
Oh, that's good. So what do you guys do there?
So we will do anything pool related. So we were focusing primarily on commercial pools. So we are in charge of all the equipment at the Elmont. All
Which
the
is
fountains.
huge.
Fountains
So
at
you're
Farrah.
my hookup there?
No.
What are you talking
They
about,
don't even
bro?
hook me up.
Yeah, whatever. No. So anybody that
that's
needs
the
a
thing.
hookup at the Elmont, call her. I'll make sure her number and her email address is on the podcast.
We just make sure that water is super chlorinated. You are.
Hey, so
not
you know,
getting,
let's go back to the chlorinated stuff.
Yeah.
Hang on, my phone's ringing here.
Oh, you're.
I'm sure there's a lot of people interested in this. At least I am.
You are gonna. I know what
You know what I'm going.
Yeah.
You probably get this question. So when can you put stuff in the water? So when somebody goes, when somebody twinkles, it makes a funny color. That's a myth. That's horse shit. That would be fun.
Just if you're standing next to somebody and all of a sudden this like heat wave of water comes towards you, then you know.
Yeah, but if
Okay,
you're
here's
doing
the
it
thing.
right, you don't just let her buck all at one time.
Okay, well, a 5-year-old doesn't know that. Like,
So is there enough chlorine and stuff to kill that?
oh yeah.
Like
all the bacteria
instantly?
and stuff like that. So I will tell you. So they have these huge parties, right? Like the DJ parties on Friday, Saturday night. They're massive. And so we were kind of looking at it because something came out on FitFam, and we were seeing the water, and we were like, oh my God. Well, Michael, like he's our technician who takes care of it. Like he went the next day and he tested the chems. So there's a special chlorination system on it. Like it's automatic and it reads everything and it pumps it out as it needs. Like however it
Don't go
goes,
there
right?
to swim.
No, like I shit you not. Like he tested that water and he sent us the readings. Perfect.
Get out of here! You're
I
full
swear
of crap.
I have pictures. I have the readings.
So
So there might be crap in it, like trash. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's like they got to go through and
Sure.
pick it all up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things
of
like
course,
that.
yeah.
But as far as the chlorination goes, nope, perfect.
Huh.
On point all the time. And there's stupid alarms that will go off if something is happening and it's not.
Haven't you ever
perfect.
wondered, like, you're at a pool party, and I guarantee it, you two have been in this situation. You probably are guilty of this charge. I know I am. You're at a pool party and you're in the water for 5 hours, but you never get out to go to the bathroom, and you're double fisting Corona.
I'm not saying you don't.
There's a lot of those dudes, and I'm guilty of it.
No,
I guarantee it, you two guys are too. But look at your faces. You're like, yeah, I just did it last night.
And now they go to the Elmont and they don't feel guilty anymore. They're like, nah, Amy said. Like,
Absolutely, you're good to go. Nobody cares.
I mean,
There's enough shit in the water to kill it.
I don't suggest it. I'm just saying that maybe not that moment, right? Because like the water has to get filtered through. It's got to go through the pipes. It's got to go filter through whatever. But the next day, if you're like, oh, there's that. I saw that party. Nope. Promise.
So if you're in that water,
chemical balance, perfect.
So you're subject to a lot of shit if you're in that water until it gets circulated.
But the circulate, there's super big pumps on it, so it moves pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's water constantly going in and out of it. It's not a.
So you shouldn't drink it though.
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't drink it ever. Don't drink anything ever.
Tell that little 5-year-old that's thirsty. Then he's got diarrhea.
Yeah, but
I'd have dogged it went in the water all the time, and he would be liquid.
Even a personal pool though, if it's chemically treated and correctly, like, and you're drinking that water, the kids will they're gonna have it anyway. Yeah. So you're just not going to get some like nasty.
So
I don't know.
Okay, so
Elmont, state of the art, perfection, great.
Cool.
The fountains at Farrah.
Fountains at Farrah.
We take care of all the fountains. We make sure they're clean. There's chemicals in those water. The splash pad. We're getting ready to put a bunch of new equipment in there, like just to get it all going. Or
do you do a lot of residential?
We don't, but we're starting to. The only reason that we had not done residential was our commercial pools were taking on like a lot of our time, a lot of attention. And it's one of those things where like the fountains will call us, at noon, 1 o'clock on a Saturday. And they're like, hey, twin fountains down. Like, my guys had to pack up. And I'm like, hey, sorry that you're at the barbecue, but the fountain's down and we got to go.
Yeah.
We're on contract. We have a Fort Bliss contract.
That was my next
Fountains
question.
of Farrah.
Isn't there someone at Alamogordo? Don't you do some out of town?
So we just redid Holloman Air Force Base, all of their equipment, and their pool, like the decking and things like that, replastered, painted, things like that.
Oh, nice.
That was a huge project and really exciting for us to take on that pool. My guys are finishing up White Sands Missile Range right now, pool. So we have that. We have a couple other things in the works that are coming up. We have to so much fine tape and government stuff and going through. But so we just kind of like sit back waiting for the call. And
how big is your staff?
Seriously?
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
6 of us.
That's crazy. So probably two of them are
Trey,
yeah.
Yeah, Trey, James, myself, all running it, owning it, like taking care of stuff. I do all the clerical stuff for the most part. I reach out to the customers. I make sure that the guys' parts got ordered, things like that. And then I have Mike, Matt, and
don't miss anybody because they're going to be watching this.
Mike,
and they're
Matt,
like, you forgot
Jacob.
me, man.
So that's
and then you're going to be minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Be down to 5.
But I own, so my other office, we have the big warehouse, so like we operate off of that too. So like my warehouse guys at that other company, even though they are quote unquote not a progressive employee, they work, I say like, right, you work for me, so you work for all my companies, right? Like you're getting a paycheck for everything. So if I need you to pull this for progressive, you're pulling this for progressive. Like, and if I need this,
because you do cleaning stuff too, right?
We do. We have Triple S janitorial and pool supplies, like also for that, and then I have Sun City Pool Supplies that sells to just the contractors, so the people building.
Oh, look at you double dipping. That's smart.
Monopoly.
Very smart. Good for you. So like, that's good that you're getting. So would you do in residential stuff? Would you put in or just service?
We're going to start doing everything. So we service right now, like once a week service, twice a week we
do you
come out.
Do you have any cute pool boys that go around? Are those stories, true that you hear from those old ladies?
I hear from my customers that my guys are good looking, so.
Well, that helps with business out there. I'm sure it does.
It is. We have, I think we're a good looking crew
well, that's
together,
good.
so.
Because you hear that the pool boys coming over. Anyway,
what they do when they're there, I can't. What you catch on your
pool
ring,
boys,
I can't.
So one of the biggest things that I've heard, just since I've been here 20 whatever years, in Canada, not a lot of people, where I'm from in Calgary, not a lot of people have outdoor pools just because of the weather's the shits, right?
Right.
And here it's almost abnormal if you don't have a pool. But some of the biggest complaints you hear is having a reliable pool company that can come in and service.
So that's my biggest thing. Mine and James and Trey's biggest thing is like reliability. Yeah. You call me, we're going. Your service is on Friday, you're getting your service on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If my guy's running late, if something happened, and I'm like, hey, Jacob's got stuck at another pool for a little bit longer. He's going to be a little bit later than he normally is to your pool, but he will be there. You call me and be like, hey, this happened or this is leaking or whatever. I mean, my guys stop what they're doing. They go back to your pool and I fix it. That's my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
And if you tell me you're going to be there between 8 and 10 and then you call me at noon and say, oh, it's going to be, no, that's not okay with me. And I make sure that my guys.
Well, that's good.
do
So
that,
everybody
and, like,
listen, you hear that. Progressive
sure.
Pools.
Yes.
They're going to take
definitely.
care of you.
And I'm going to make sure. And if you have even a complaint, like I always tell everybody,
Sure.
like, please call me, please call James, please call Trey. Like immediately, we'll get it fixed right away. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to ever say that we're perfect 100%, but you know, sometimes something might happen or something was left off
course,
or
yeah.
something, you know, just in the hustle and bustle of getting in and out of the pool or something like that. And we're going to fix it. Like I'm not going to let my reputation take a hit over that. I don't want anyone to ever, if you cancel my service for whatever reason, just like, hey, I'm just going to start doing it myself or whatever, that's fine. I totally understand that, you know, but I don't want anyone to ever cancel our services because I didn't show or I didn't do a good job or something didn't get done correctly or we weren't reliable. Like those things are not okay with us.
Well, that's good. And that's the biggest thing. So reliability, accountability, all of the above is service at your place. And that's wonderful. And I think it's really important because that's a negative that you hear on all these
A lot.
pool companies that come. So
When people call or, you know, sometimes I miss a call, obviously,
Sure,
like
of course,
I can't get everything. And, you know, I try and call back easily within 30 minutes to an hour, you know, and some people even answer, they're like, oh my gosh, you called me back.
you actually called me
Like,
back.
Golly, how does that, you know, work? Or like, oh, you never answered my message on Instagram, you know, or something like that. It's like, and it's a full-time job by the time you're doing all that kind of stuff. But,
100%.
you know, you have to, you know, that is what that's your company. You need to take pride in it.
Absolutely.
And that's your bread and butter. That's your mortgage. And I always look at it as it's not my mortgage or James's mortgage or Trey's mortgage. Like I also have the other guys' mortgages and bills and car payments under my belt. I want to make sure that they have what they need to make those payments. Now, if they turn down a job and be like, oh, if I say, hey, I have this extra one and you turn it down, that's on you. But I provided it to you. It's available to you.
Sure.
And I'm going to make sure that everybody's taken care of, right?
That's awesome. And, you know, I've always asked you kind of off the air, like what kind of boss you are. And you say you think you're good. And that's important to treat your employees right and to make them want to come back for more. You know
I
what mean?
try
And I think
and-
that's huge.
I try and be fair at most, and I try and be the boss that you can come and talk to, but I am learning, like, this is stereotypical, but being the woman in the company, like, I get ran over a lot, but, like, not my guys, like, working, like, they're always super respectful to me, but some things it's just kind of like, oh, well, I wouldn't do this without you. No, like, that's my company, and I'm learning to stand up for myself and be like, hey, that's not okay. Like, I may be the girl, but I'm still your boss. I'm signing your paychecks. You know what I mean? Like, and I have control whether I sign your paycheck or not. Like, if you don't want to work for me, you can go. I was like, but, you know, I try and be, you know, the middleman between anybody. If they have a problem with somebody else, like, you can come to me and I'm going to mediate, right? But that's boss type stuff.
Absolutely. Well, you know, thanks for coming on, Amy.
Of course.
You've got you're a lady with many hats, you know, Progressive Pools, your cleaning company, assistant youth hockey director, and probably most importantly, in your opinion or mine, country
concert
connoisseur. So
I'm
anyway,
going to Lainey Wilson in September.
oh, look at you. No, you're not. You're working.
No,
We have
no,
hockey that weekend. You can't go.
Nope. See, that's the weird thing. I've been scheduling those tournaments
Oh,
meticulously.
I'm
like,
sure you have.
like, nope, not that one.
But anyway, Amy, thank you for taking time out of your busy day and your busy schedule for
Thank you.
jumping on, and it's been a lot of fun. So
It's fun.
we'll do it
Thank
again.
you.
And remember, take care, comb your hair, keep your stick on the ice, and remember to like, share, and follow. Thank you.